Welcome back to LML. We observe Veterans Day next week on November the 11th. But leading up to that, this week on Local Memphis Live, we will be featuring segments with a local veteran services organization. And to kick things off, Cordell Walker is here with me to talk more about the history of homeless veterans and what his organization is doing to help. Cordell, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Happy to have you. Now, when was the issue of homeless veterans recognized?
Well, actually, it came to fruition back in the 1600s. Homelessness is a complication of ravages of war, poverty, economic deprivation. It's just a myriad of circumstances, bad housing, lack of housing, etc. So back in the 1600s, during the Elizabethan period, soldiers that had been recently come from the military, had found themselves in a situation in a society where everything was supposed to be perfect, and they were not only having problems with the ravages of war, but they had problems with finding jobs. Some of them had alcohol and/or drinking problems. So they were like a blight on the Elizabethan society at that particular time. They were called vagabonds, rogues, and things of that nature. So unbeknownst to the government, they had really band together and started traveling in groups. And they started their own little clandestine party, where eventually in the 1640s, they overthrew the monarch. And the state had become a republic, which was the first known situation where the government had to start looking at all of the citizens as opposed to a certain privileged to take care of their day-to-day needs. So it started in the 1600s, 1640s, the revolution occurred. Then it transferred over to the United States. 1783, the Revolutionary War. A lot of our veterans who were homeless and disabled, impoverished, decided to march on the Capitol, which at that time was Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It really had our country take note of the issue of homelessness and veterans in the United States at that particular time.
How have we helped with the problem?
Well, organizations like mine, Alpha Omega Veteran Services, was set up to serve homeless and disabled military veterans. We currently expand our services to serve individuals that are not necessarily homeless, but on the fringes of homelessness because of the ravages of war and the post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injury that some of our newer at-risk veterans are coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan. We have 6 programs that we started in the mid-80s, which serve individuals that are homeless and/or disabled. In those 6 programs, we have one transitional supportive service facility where an individual can stay for 90 days up to 2 years. And then we have 4 permanent housing supportive services facilities, which are permanent houses where a person can stay in a safe and secure environment indefinitely. We house in those 5 facilities 122 clients on an ongoing basis. Most of them came to us as homeless veterans. So initiatives such as ours, which are initiatives that are based on helping veterans help themselves, are ones that have been put into place. We're one of the first nonprofit charitable organizations in the United States established to serve this particular population. We were established in January of 1987 when it wasn't fashionable or in vogue to address the problems of homeless and disabled military veterans. But since that time, in our 6 programs, we have served up to 9,000 veterans.
Oh, wow.
With over an 85% success rate of those individuals reintegrating back into society. So we're pretty proud of that. It is wonderful. And we must say that it's hard work, grace of God, and there have been government initiatives through the Department of Housing and Urban Development and the Veterans Administration Hospital that have initiated funding for permanent supportive housing, of which that's what our expertise is in.
How can people find out more information about your organization?
They can contact us at our website, alphaomegaveterans.org, or they can call us at 726-5066, or they could follow us and like us on Facebook. We're pretty easy to find.
All right. I think this is a wonderful thing what your organization is doing for our local vets. Cordell, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
And for more information about Alpha Omega Veteran Services, just head to our website at localmemphis.com and click